Hi, this is Paul again. I've got another video to show you, and this is QuadStep 10 rings for crop circles. In my last video I put out, it was called QuadStep 7. This was a 7-ring arrangement. Now this crop circle can be found in Wikipedia, and it's supposed to be found in Switzerland. And as you see in front, the geometry comes out of QuadStep rings of the sequence that I show. After a bit of more research, I come up with another sequence as I show in front. Now each of these rings that are shown are QuadStep balls. They are not diameters. Now a similar set of rings was shown by the Stack Exchange mathematicians. They showed 10 circles, and it was described as a puzzle. I contacted the Stack Exchange mathematicians, but all my questions were rejected and closed. They said my information wasn't good enough, and it wasn't their job to check out the web. Anyways, let's move on to the next image. And now I'm showing the brown crop circles. And we don't need the QuadStep rings anymore, so we'll get rid of them. Now what we have in front are 10 discs of the correct size. We don't need the QuadStep balls anymore. We can use these discs for other geometry. Now if you take a look at these discs, if you look at the 10 and the 20, there's a huge gap between the 10 and the 20. Now that's because we use QuadStep balls. When it gets smaller, the balls seem to make a bigger gap. Now in one of my earlier videos, I show that the rings go round a triangle, then a 4-sided square, and then a 5-sided pentagon, and they keep going up. The polygons keep going up and in a perfect order. Now I also showed that the string is a hierarchy of 5 balls, so that every fifth red ball goes together and makes a group. Mathematicians look down their nose at my work, but when it comes to crop circles, this system seemed to match up with the crop circles. The chaos theory does not match up with the crop circles. So the crop circles did not come from today's mathematicians and their chaos theory. And what I'm saying is pure common sense. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. Okay, like I said a bit earlier, I can use these discs to make other things. Now in front I'm showing the string in a horizontal, starting with 100 and then ending up with 10. Now like I said earlier, if you look at the slope, it's not perfectly straight. It varies on the end. Now I'm working with Inkscape for this. If I worked with a CAD program, I could show this perfectly, but it's more difficult with Inkscape. Okay, I'm going to go a step further now to show you another arrangement. Now in front, I'm showing eclipses using 2 crop circles and differentiating the difference between the two. Now these are very popular in the crop circles. They use a lot of these shapes. Okay, now I'm going back to the QuadStep ball arrangements. Now look at these 10 QuadStep rings, all concentrically arranged from the center. And look, they are perfectly spaced apart. Isn't that something? Okay, now I'm going to give it the concentric brown rings for the crop circle. And you can see in front that everything looks pretty symmetrical and the distance apart is about perfect. Now this 5-fold ring system can be split up into segments, 5-fold segments, very easy if you look at the ring arrangement. Now I'll get rid of the quad step balls and just leave the brown crop circles. Now you can see that we produced a perfect crop circle to show the 10 size rings. Maybe a mathematician will tell me why they're trying to suppress this new discovery. Now I'm going to show you my final crop circle coming out of these 10 different rings. What I'm showing in front are 2 nested configurations, and these are mirrored to each other. Anyways, I think I've showed enough crop circles for today. So this is Paul saying thank you very much for watching my video.